Yeah.
Hey, you guys, it's Tuesday, so we're here for Taco Tuesday. I'm really excited. You guys are really in for a treat tonight. We've got Dawn Cameron with us tonight, and she has, well, first of all, let me give you a little backstory. I had the opportunity, I'd heard so many great things about Dawn, but I had never actually met her until I sat with her at breakfast one day at Summit. And like, I wanted to soak up everything she had to share. And then we got to home office. We got to Willowbridge that day,
Mhm.
and we were sitting right next to each other, assigned seats right next to each other. And I was like, "Oh my goodness, this is fate." So I've had the opportunity to spend a little time with her. And then those of you who were in Myrtle Beach, you got to meet some of her ladies because she planned the retreat with us, and then she had to have surgery, so she unfortunately could not attend. But you guys are really in for a treat. I don't know anyone who runs as successful of a customer, well, I wouldn't even just say customer, a community as Dawn does. She's always a top earner. She are you at level 4, Dawn? Are you at level 5?
I am at level 5.
Level 5, friends. She's at level 5 while having had major surgery during the incentive period, plus a whole lot of life happening with her
Oh,
family. I can't even tell you. Um, and yet she's still at level 5, friends. Like, let that soak in for a minute. So, anyways, it is a pleasure to have you, Dawn. I know you guys are going to take lots away from here, and the floor is yours.
all right. Well, like Karen said, my name is Dawn Cameron. Just a little bit of background about me. I joined, September 2020, right, during COVID, and I joined for the discount. So how many times have we heard that? So, biggest tip of the night, somebody wants to join for the discount, let them do it because you just never know, right? So I joined a little after 4 years ago, basically. 18 months into my journey, I was able to give up my full-time dental career. I was in the dental field for 34 years and do Sensi full-time. So 4 years later, here I am, just doing the thing every day. I guess what I'm going to first start out with is parties. Never get complacent, right? Whatever you need to do to continually meet new people is what you need to do. And for me, since day one, it has been parties. Party, party, party. I'm going to admit, 4 years into this, not once have I done an at-home party. Everything I have done has been online. Yes, some of them are absolute crickets. Some of them knock it out of the park and some barely qualify. The thing with running parties is there's no magical recipe when you book them. They're either going to do great or they're not. As long as you know at the end of that party that you've given it 110%, then you have to be happy with the outcome, right? Do all the things that you need to do, host coaching, everything, give it 110%. But the reason I started with parties is because every single time I party, whether it's successful or not, it's an opportunity for me to be introduced to a whole new group of people that I wasn't yesterday. And then that goes full circle with what I want to talk to you about tonight is your VIP group. Hopefully all of you have a group, a customer VIP group, and mine is just my little, I guess I'm going to call it my little pot of gold. It is a great community that has built over 4 years. I have about 1,700 people in that VIP group now, and it's very interactive. So on the weeks where I don't run any parties at all, I'm still very busy with my VIP group. So I just wanted to share a little bit with you about how I run my VIP group. And hopefully you'll learn some, take away a few tips along the way. But when you're running those parties, every single time somebody orders, hopefully you're popping in there, you're thanking them in the party, right? Posting which products they've ordered so that encourages more people. People are nosy. They want to know what people are ordering. So you're thanking them there publicly. And then you take it a step further. You text them. I prefer texting over a Facebook Messenger because I use Project Broadcast. So that in turn gets them into my system, right? So I'm sending them a personal thank you. I send them a scent circle in the mail. But during that personal thank you, I'm inviting them personally back to my VIP group as well. So that's kind of how it's been built. Inside the parties, no different than when you're inside your customer group, you want to build relationships. I cannot stress the importance of relationships enough. In fact, when I spoke last year at World Tour, that was my entire speech, my entire session was just relationships. We are so much more than what we post to social media. You have to take the extra time when somebody likes or comments. I mean, when somebody comments, you don't just simply like or love it. You use that as an opportunity to start a conversation, right? That's your platform right there. Build that relationship. Some of my absolute worst parties where I met one person that engaged, that one person opened doors for me. So it was worth the effort that I put in to that one person. And I can look back at so many that are now forever customers, excellent clubbers, and even leaders on my team. So those relationships are going to take you, they're just going to open doors for you. And you never know what new friends you're going to meet, right, along the way. So what I do in my VIP group, like I said, it is my pot of gold. I've worked very, very hard to build the algorithm in my group. So where I know we all have to take time off, right? Step away. I think my VIP group is one that I don't care where I am. Next year when I go to Greece, you bet your butt I'm going to be running my VIP group because I've worked so hard to build that algorithm that I'm not going to risk losing it. So that's what scheduling posts are for, right? Every single day I sit down and I schedule all my posts for the next day. I am always one step ahead. So as life happens and it tends to show up, I know firsthand this year, your business is still running because you took 15 minutes to post for the next day. Consistency, I know you all have heard that. Consistency is everything. So what I do every day, and I have done it every day for the last 4 years, is 8 o'clock in the morning, I have a non-sensy interactive post, right? So it's always going to be something that's going to encourage engagement. At certain days of the week, I have certain things that are just standard, and my customers and friends in my group have come to know that every single Monday I am posting a picture of a camera that says drop your favorite photo from the weekend, right? That photo, by the end of the day, I will probably have, including my comments, because I will take that day to comment back to every single photo that somebody has placed, because the next time that person thinks of Scentsy, they're going to remember that interaction they just had with me. So by the end of the day, I will probably have 200 comments in that one thread alone. And that's every single Monday. Tuesday, I have just a non-sensy interactive post at 8 o'clock in the morning. And the reason that I do that is because it's going to build my algorithm even more so that when I post again at noon, also an interactive post, but it's going to be a Scentsy post at that point. Now my algorithm's high and more people are going to be notified of that post, right? And then, of course, I'm going to post again at 6 o'clock. So I do 8, 12, and 6. Y'all don't have to do that, but I like to keep my group running, right? It's consistent. That algorithm is going all day long. The 12 and the 6 o'clock post, like I said, I'll do a this or that, or here's my, 6-pack bundle of the day of all of these, which would you pick? Just, I'm always asking a question that's going to encourage engagement. Wednesdays, I do what's called Win It Wednesday. So every Wednesday I have all they have to do is engage, right? So it's going to be any interactive post you want. And then I let them know that at the end of the day, I'm going to use a random number generator to draw. So it doesn't have to be anything fancy. It could literally be a size 10 envelope and a scent circle. It could be that simple, or you can dress it up, whatever you want, but just something, everybody loves freebies, right? So that's probably my highest algorithm day is on Wednesdays. Thursday, again, it's just a non-interactive Scentsy post in the morning. Fridays, I always do Fur Baby Friday because people love to show off their fur babies. And on the Fridays where I have forgotten that it was Fur Baby Friday and just posted something normal, I've been called out on it because they've gotten so used to it by now that they love that. They absolutely love that. And then of course Saturday and Sunday, non-interactives, or a non-sensy interactive post in the morning. And I usually do something Christmas themed, I'll go with the season, or Christmas movies, or Thanksgiving, Halloween, that kind of thing. And I honestly find most of those things on Pinterest. I will literally go to Pinterest and just type in interactive Facebook post, and tons of stuff comes up, and that's how I come up with that. So after doing it for 4 years, sometimes I will just go to my search bar and hit Tuesday and see what I've posted every Tuesday for the last 2 years. Because if it was 2 years ago, I can post it again. I'm not trying to reinvent the wheel. Um, but that's yeah, that in and of itself is basically how I run my VIP group. I don't do anything fancy. I just get in there and I work it, and I hang out with the friends and customers that I have built over the last 4 years. I engage with them. It's really awesome to see when I post something, and people will start commenting underneath, and then they'll kind of go off on their own little tangent and start talking to each other. And I won't get involved in that at all, because people on opposite ends of the United States now are hanging out with each other and getting to know each other. And it's really an awesome thing to see. I'm always telling them it's not my group. This is our group, right? So I want them to, yeah, have a sense of ownership in it. And I don't know. Like I said, it's just my pot of gold. I will never not run it, right? We all listen. You've heard it before. We all take a potty break every day, right? And you're sitting on that toilet with your phone in your hand. So take that 15 minutes and post your stuff for the next day. There's no excuse in the world why you don't have a post going off every single day, if not multiple times a day. Those relationships are just everything, absolute everything. I also do a top 10 contributor, your top contributors. Facebook will keep track of that on its own under the insights when you go to the settings. So on the last day of the month, I'll just go in there and I'll take a screenshot, and it'll tell me who my top 10 contributors are. So on the first day of every single month, I have a list of my top 10 contributors. I put all of them in a random spin wheel, and the one that it lands on will get something from my inventory closet, right? And then the other 9, I send a thank you with a sent circle. So, and then I will remind them that day that who's going to be my top contributor for November, December, that kind of thing, just so they know. It helps to interact. You get rewarded for that. So that's Karen, that is really in it. In a nutshell, that is
Oh,
how I
that's
run my
awesome.
VIP group. If you
That's
guys have
awesome.
questions,
So I have questions. So,
yes.
okay. So 8 a.m., noon, and 6 p.m. So
Hmm.
what if something like we get a news tab article? How would you interact that? Like, I'm assuming they hear about it first. Like, do you go in and just like, do you wait? Do you share as soon as we know something's coming? Do you wait until the day of? Like, what do you do?
If I already have my 6 o'clock scheduled for that evening, I will bump it to the next day, and whatever hits the news article will take precedent. So, like, if I knew Wicked was coming, I'll pop in and throw a GIF in the afternoon at like 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon, as soon as we've heard it on the news tab, and I'll be like announcing something big tonight, and I have the GIF in there. Any guesses, right? That kind of thing. So to lead them up to it, but I still save it for 6 o'clock, because that's just, they've gotten used to that. And I've tried to veer from that from time to time, and my interaction isn't as good.
And
So
then do you take pre-orders, or do you just like you tell them on Thursday that it's coming on Monday, and then they just know to go to your website on Monday to order, or how do you collect your orders?
I do pre-orders. I do, if I'm available Monday, I'm doing a pre-order, and I don't think I will ever have a harvest or holiday collection where I don't do pre-orders.
And do you do Jot
Those are
form or
huge.
Google form? What do you do?
I use Jotform.
Me too. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Jotform
Um,
is what I
do you
use.
go, Vicky's asking, do you do lives?
Not as much as I should, because you see how much I enjoy this.
You guys, she's like, I don't love doing trainings.
You should have seen it when Heather talked me into doing the Thursday night shift. I was like, "Oh, Heather, I'm going to need a lot of wine. I don't know."
Do and I know you are a top recruiter too. So what do you feel like your recruiting comes from your customer community, or where do you feel like your recruits come from?
I will sprinkle in things within my VIP group, but I won't say that I'm very consistent with that because I don't want them to ever feel like I'm being salesy or trying to push something on them, you know? Um, if I have somebody that's just ordering a lot, right? Or they're clubbing with me and their club is a lot, I will personally reach out to them, like no pressure at all, but did you realize if you joined, this is what you could save, right? So I will look at I'm more of an organic conversation kind of person when it comes to that. Um,
Do
and
you
of course,
feel
I offer my join special to every single hostess. They don't even know what their rewards are until we've had that join conversation.
I love that too. I love that that's a
Yeah.
conversation you have to start with.
Yeah.
So would you classify your community, your customer community? Do you think they think that it is a place to learn about Sensi or a place to connect with each other?
I think probably both.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mine has grown into both. Yeah.
If someone joins, do you keep them in that community or do you boot them out?
No, unless they're misbehaving. I don't know that I've ever bumped anybody out.
Um,
I mean, I vet them first. Like if I get a request to join, I will go to their personal page. If I don't know who they are, do a little stalking because sometimes you'll get consultants that want to join, and I like to keep it just me and my customers. So,
and then I'm assuming so two people are asking different ways. Do I'm assuming don't clean up and you don't ever clean up that page. It's just an organic growing page. Can
yeah.
people invite other people to it or do you have to do all the inviting and improving?
No, they will invite, or when they tag, it sends an invite. You know, when I post a product that one of their friends will like, it'll automatically invite them. But yeah, and then before I let them in, I stalk their page.
Make sure that so
Yeah.
how long do you feel like Amanda's asking, like, how long did it take you to build the community where people were responsive? Like, how long do you think it took you to get some momentum?
Oh gosh. I mean, it didn't happen right away. I mean, when I first started my VIP group, when I joined, I might have had 30 people in it. And for the longest time, you know, you could see that they were looking, but nobody was engaging. And I was consistent. Like what I'm doing now isn't any different than what I did when I first started. I was posting consistently. I'm just that kind of person where when I decide to do something, I go all in and I do it, right?
So,
there's no halfway for me.
so why
Um,
do you think all of a sudden they started? Do you think it was because some people started responding and then more start like it just created an
exactly,
expectation
because
that
it's
this is
like,
what we do?
yep, it's like I tell my girls all the time, stay consistent. They might not be engaging yet, but they're watching. I can promise you they're watching. No different than the parties I'm running right now. I have 6 parties going. And a couple of them have been absolute crickets. Tonight I posted my pick a number and watch for a special message from me. And it's my party booking post, right? The parties have been cricket, but the second they think they're going to get something for free,
They're all about it, right? Yep.
so it's proof they're watching.
Yep. Yep.
They're watching. Yeah.
So do you how long do you run your parties for?
Um, 7 to 10 days, depending on what my schedule is like.
And then do you feel like and you just said like sometimes it's crickets. Do you feel like there's good engagement at the beginning and the end, or do you feel like some parties are just duds for engagement until there's an offer of, them they've
Yeah,
been
some are just duds, and but even though some of them are extremely quiet, I mean, I can end with 0 sales. I can barely qualify, or some can just knock them out of the park because they're just watching and they don't feel like they have to engage, but they're going to support their friend. So you get every mix, right? I'll never stop partying because and booking so many like I do in a given week because there is no magical recipe to know that that one you booked is going to be successful. There's just no magical recipe there. And it's probably why I book so many in a given week because I don't want to rely on just one.
So where do your hosts come from? Are
I keep parties from parties. I just keep
parties?
them rolling.
So Vicky's wanting to know, do you ever ask for hosts in your VIP group? Or does that feel salesy to you?
I might do it once a year. And that's it. Yeah, I don't do it very often. I know the last time I did it, I threw up the if you could pick a warmer for free, which one would you pick, right? Or
Yep.
if you could choose, and that kind of thing. And then of course, it depends on your budget. It could be a group of mini warmers. It could be fragrance flowers if you could pick this or that type of thing. And then of course you follow it up privately, one-to-one conversation, and let them know that, hey, I love your pick. And let them know that if they've hosted a party, and as long as it qualifies, 200 in sales or more, easy peasy in parentheses, you'll gift them that warmer, that mini warmer, that flower for free. That's where I use the perpetual party reward. That's where I just pay half, right? Because for me, that's a marketing advertising expense that guarantees me another party. So I'm going to gladly pay it. So for the first couple years, because my budget is different now than it was then, I was giving mini warmers. And at that time, mini warmers were what, $20?
Yep.
So I was paying $10. For me, $10 to have another party booked, well worth it. And it's a tax write-off.
It
So
was like $10. That's a write-off to gain a new host and new to be exposed to their customer base. So
exactly, because
like
yeah,
so good. So
hmm
good. Um,
exactly.
when there is no interaction, I mean, do you just keep going? You just Cameron's asking, what do you do when there's no interaction?
Well, I first of all, I host coach along the way. So if there are interactive posts that I know are supposed to encourage engagement, like on a Monday evening when 7 o'clock rolls around and it's show off your warmers, right? Or if you don't have any warmers, here's the website. Which one would you like? Put it in the comments. And nobody's engaging. I will shoot the hostess a message and say, hey girl, I have show off your warmers that just went off. Can you pop on and engage a little bit for me? So, and I always let the hostess know I'm here to work it 110% all week long, but I cannot do it alone. I kind of use that analogy with my hostesses that it's like inviting all of your friends to your house for a party. They're all excited. They've been looking forward to it. And when they get there, you go in the bedroom, hang out, and close the door. It's not much
Mm,
fun for them anymore. If you're not engaging, they're not engaging.
that's
So,
such a good analogy too, right?
yeah.
And we know that does happen if you don't. And hostess coaching is so important. So
Oh, it
important.
is. Yeah.
Do you, let's see, I'm looking what other questions. And so I'm assuming Julie's asking, I'm assuming um, in your parties, or is it mostly posts or lives? I'm assuming I know the answer to this because you don't like to go live.
Really? Did you just ask me that question? I have a lot of videos.
Do you drop a lot of videos into your parties? Yeah.
I do.
And do you do those? Are they videos that you've done or videos you found or just product videos?
Just, I mean, videos I found of warmers and stuff, that kind of thing. I'm just not a live kind of person, and most of the time, all of those are, usually done in the evening. Um, and I don't like to be, I don't know, in the evenings, it's my time. I'm in my PJs. I just want to unwind.
I know, but like no one would have realized you were in your PJs, right? Okay. Um, let's see. So when you do your hostess coaching, Cameron's asking about how you coach the hostess when she's like, I'm just going to hit that invite all button and invite the whole Facebook, all of her Facebook followers. Do you
Right.
give guidelines on that or do you?
I do. Of course, I have it all worded very eloquently. I use boards, so I'm not like hitting the rinse and repeat button every time and typing it out. I just go. But I'm basically letting them know that blue button is easy, and they're welcome to use it. But those notifications are so often overlooked, um, not seen at all. And personal invites are going to go a whole lot further. So reaching out to your friends and family one-on-one is going to always go so much further. That personal touch is everything. And honestly, at the end of the day, when I have a party that's 75 people, in the beginning, I used to get so excited about that. Now it's like, oh, this is going to be horrible. I would rather have a party with 10 people than 75 people, because then I know those 10 people actually want to be there.
Yeah, for sure. For
Mhm.
sure. Um, Julie's asking, is your host, you use boards. So your host coaching is in boards too.
Yeah.
And she's asking, would you share it?
Oh, yeah, I can. Well, of course I can share it.
Well, I know you can, but would you?
Yes.
That
And my party template is in there and all that good stuff.
would
Yeah.
be fantastic.
Yes.
Okay, so if you just, I have a couple more questions because your success is so fascinating to me. What what percent, if I mean, obviously, like we're none of us are mathematicians, so just ballpark this. What percent of your sales do you think come from like your customer community versus your parties versus like if you were to just where do you think your sales come from?
Yeah. This month, probably more my customers than, and I have a lot of clubbers, a lot of clubbers. My PRV right now is, I think, 7,800, and most of that is my customers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to run as many parties this week because we're getting ready to Thanksgiving, obviously, and then I'm getting ready to go on a family cruise towards the end of the month.
Did you
And
guys did you hear what her PRV is? It's the 12th, friends. Did you catch that? Okay. Um,
it's parties, I'm telling you, you got to party.
yeah, you do. Because when you have those parties, then you are inviting them all to your VIP. Like that's you're converting them, right? It's not just
Yes.
you're building relationships, you're building authentic relationships, then you're inviting them into a thriving community that they naturally want to be part of because there's engagement in there, right? So,
Yes.
what would you say to someone who's frustrated and has a stagnant VIP group and doesn't know where to start now?
I would follow that template. You're 8, you're 12, you're 6, and just post. Encourage engagement.
Would you
That
start a new group? Like what if they had a group that had been stagnant for some time? Would you like say it had been stagnant since 2020? Would you start a new group or would you I just picked a year. Would you start a new group or would you just try and revive that one?
I think I would just try to revive that one. I've never had to start, from a new group from ground zero like that. So I don't know. I don't know. I maybe a grow the group giveaway. Giveaways will get that attention. They'll get those people out of the woodworks, out of the woodwork that are just watching. And like I said, it doesn't have to be anything exciting. It can literally be one of the Sensi's bubble mailers. I think right now, which is where I get all my bubble mailers, you can get 25 for $2.70.
Oh, I always stock up when those are on clearance.
Oh,
So good.
yeah, exactly. I just ordered like I think 20 packs, and
Yeah,
you can't
Steve's
get.
always like, where are we gonna put these? Like, this big box is bubble. Yep, it sure is. Because it was a
Yeah, because you can't get it cheaper on
no.
Amazon. I mean,
Mm-mm.
yeah, you're paying $10 shipping, but so what? At $2.70.
Yeah.
But it could literally be a scent circle and some candy and some confetti and a few samples. I
Do you
mean,
do party packs? Do you send out party packs at the beginning of a party?
I used to.
Yeah, like during COVID.
Yeah, I used to send them out, and then I just got frustrated because for me, it did not change the sales I was getting. All it did was increase my expenses, and shipping is not cheap. Everybody knows that. And you'd get people that would order them and they wouldn't order.
Yeah,
And
someone's like, Steve can stick the bubble. Lottie's like, Steve can put the bubble mailers by all the Minkies. You're right. He can. It's my husband. What after the party, Ellen's asking, do you invite only the people that have purchased, like through private communication? Hey, join my community. I know you kind of talked about that at the beginning, the transition, right? Or do
right.
you have a post that goes out that throughout the party that encourages them all to join your
Oh, I
community?
do. I do. On the very first day, kind of like my party prep day, I'll ask them to, join then. I do party points throughout my party, right? So the first day at noon, it's going to talk about how to earn prizes, right? And like every time you comment, you get so many points. And I don't keep track of those, right? I tell them, print this out, tally mark on the very last day. I'm going to ask you to turn in those points by posting a picture of it in the comments. Whoever has the most wins, right? So then after I've explained that, I'll be like, bonus point opportunity, follow my business page and join my VIP group. So that's a bonus point opportunity. And then, of course, on the very last day, In the evening, I'm inviting them back to my VIP group again there. Um, I'll post my final 9 o'clock. Your hostess's shopping link is open until midnight type of thing. And then the very next morning, I post a goodbye post. So they always, and I always tag everybody in that one. And I'll say, come take a peek at my very last post so you know where to find me if you need me, type of thing. And that's inviting them once again. So that's like 3 times throughout the party. They've
And
been
then
invited.
do you post? So how much let's see. So you've got your VIP community, you've got your customer community, and then you've got your business page, which your business page is fantastic. You, for some reason, that's what I follow. I don't know why, but that's what I follow.
And I don't even post consistently to that.
No, it's good though. It's good content. It always shows up in my feed. So do
Good.
you, how much do you post on your personal page?
Flash sale days, too much. Otherwise, I try to sprinkle things in. I try to do algorithm boosting stuff on my personal page as well. You know, attraction marketing. I am the crazy plant lady with who loves her fur babies and her grandbabies, and I kind of go with that. And I try, or you know, my son going into the military, you know, that kind of thing.
Yeah, you've got your pillars for sure, right? Your bucket.
Yeah, so and
Yeah.
I'll get engagement there. Sometimes I'll even throw up a show me, let's spread some, you know, cuteness around everybody's news feed today. Show me your fur babies and
So
whatever's going to get me some engagement.
so would you say like 80-20, 90-10, 95-5? If you were
Probably
to guess.
80/20.
I love it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
how did you get your snake plant to be so gorgeous behind you? I
You
don't know if
water
Emily's on here, but Emily and I want to know the answer to that because it
it
looks
gets lots
beautiful.
of sunlight there and I water it once a month.
It looks amazing. Looks
Yeah.
amazing. Um, do you guys have any other questions? I feel like I've asked most of them. If I miss something, feel free to drop it again. I feel like there's always a little bit of a lag from the time you ask something and they type.
Right.
All right. Well, this was awesome. I learned a lot. I took 2 pages of notes. Um, oh, let's see. Oh, they missed Thursday. What do you do on Thursday? They dropped like the Monday photo from the weekend,
Right.
and then Tuesday and Thursday. Are those just general interactive posts?
Yep, I just find some sort of interactive post. Like I said, my go-to is Pinterest. So Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday are just find something interactive. My Monday, Wednesday, Friday are very consistent. And then, of course, every year I will do the 12 days of Christmas.
Mm.
So every morning, I'll have my non-Scentsy interactive post is going to be a giveaway for the first 12 days of December.
Oh,
I actually took advantage of the flash sale before the last one where the mini fans were like $6 or something
$6.
like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
got like 12 of those and then used my hostess rewards for pods. Ordered some socks on Amazon and some hot chocolate and peppermint stirs. And that's my big giveaway every year that everybody knows. So I'll do the 12 days of Christmas.
So interactive post that
Mhm.
you're just gonna draw from the comments. You're gonna
Exactly. At the end of the day, I'll close commenting like at 6 o'clock, and then I will do a random number generator to
do you
select the
show them
winner.
that actually? Do you show them that, or you just say here's the winner? Do you show them?
I go to Google and I type in random number generator and I'll put in the amount of comments and whatever one it lands on, I take a screenshot and then I have it in like a cute little Canva graphic. So they see that I actually did that because it's just way too many people to put in a random wheel. I used to do that, but I can't sit there and type in 100 names at the end of the day. That's just too much.
Yeah, that's a first world problem, Dawn. That's a
Yeah.
first world problem you've got there. I have so much engagement on my posts that I would can't type all those names in.
Well, it is when you're
I know.
giving something away, trust me, they come out of the
Oh
woodwork.
yeah, they want it all, right? Absolutely. Okay, so then one more final question.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so 8 a.m. engagement, interactive post, noon and 6. So do you ever share links to like your PWS on any of the afternoon ones, or is it all just,
Yeah, I do. I
yeah.
do. I try to sandwich it in the text. I know that Facebook dings you when you put a link there, but I tried to just do the whole pin at the top of the page. People were like, where's your shopping link? Where's your shopping link? So it's there, or I put it in the comments. Most of the time, it's within the actual content of the post itself, and I try to sandwich it in the middle somewhere.
And when people do people comment, I just ordered, that kind of thing? Like, do you think that drives other people to order? Like, do people tell you they've ordered or not?
Sometimes, not very often. I think what gets more attention is my thank you. I send thank you
Thank you.
goodies for
Yeah.
every order that I get. And like I said, my business just grew into this. I did for the first 2 years, you got a size 10 envelope, a newsletter, and a felt sample. Okay, so it does not take this to be successful, but most of the times, but now that I've evolved and I give a little bit more for every order where I use those bubble mailers and I'm sending lots of different samples. I want them to try new things, new scents, all the things, right? And then they'll come back and everybody will share those. So now everybody's starting to see, look what she's sending this month. Look what she's sending this month. That kind of gets people talking.
I love that. Love
Yeah.
that. Natasha says this has been great for my team and I. Most of us have VIP groups and we love them and we want them to continue to flourish. And Amy says, yes, this has been so good.
Oh,
So
thank you
awesome,
guys.
awesome. Lots of thank yous. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, Dawn. I appreciate your time. I know it's late there. I mean, an hour
Oh,
later than it is here. Oh, photo. Can we take a photo? We always do a group
yes.
photo. And then I'll change the view. See, you'll get taken off speaker spotlight.
Yes, please.
And then we share it in our group and then they post it on their social and just to show community. So
Oh, okay. Well, you'll have to send everything to me. Send me
yes,
the
of
recording
course.
and stuff too. Yes.
Are you taking it? Are you on your
I was taking it, but for some reason, when you unspotlighted it, it didn't undo it on my phone. So my bad. Okay. There's 2 pages. Smile for both, please, and thank you. Okay, page 1. All right, hold on, page 2. Oh, y'all holding this smile for a minute. My bad. Okay, say cheese. Okay, you're done. Thanks.
perfect? Perfect. Awesome. Well, Dawn, thank you so much for sharing your time and all your knowledge. You are
Welcome.
super inspiring and we're grateful to have you.
Oh,
So
well, thank you for having me, guys.
you just let me know how I can repay the favor.
All
So
right.
have a good one, everyone.
Thanks, guys.